Good morning, Dingooos. So today is a very good episode. We're going to mostly be talking about Ethereum because a lot of exciting things are about to happen with Ethereum, and I think it could definitely boost the price significantly, guys. Significantly. $10,000 ETH. Is it unrealistic? No, but it is pretty far out there, but I think it could be possible this year. And that's insane to think about in the first place. And I do have one of my biggest investment philosophies that actually was the biggest reason why I got into the crypto space in the first place that I will talk to you about quickly. And then at the end, I do have an altcoin that is very under the radar, not even on CoinGecko, and Urine Finance is looking to implement that on SushiSwap and implement that on other things as well. So we'll talk about that at the very end, so make sure you stay tuned. And now let's jump right into it. So Bitcoin at 39.5. Once again, we were looking all doom and gloom down here with the head and shoulder pattern, and then we just said, fuck it, and we just scooted right up. Awesome stuff to see. Awesome stuff. And now, I did not mean to be on Polkadot, but Polkadot has been tearing it up, guys. I was just checking the price. Absolutely tearing up. Holy cow, guys. And it's actually at number 4 now. And Ethereum's at 1234. Once again, it's looking good, very good. I would like to see a continuation pattern, maybe go up to 1400 again, and then come back down and hit a support at maybe 1100, and then come back up, test 1400, and continue upwards in price, of course. We're still in a bull market, right? And now, let's get into my investment philosophy that actually is probably the biggest reason why I got into crypto in the first place several years ago. In the last bull run, that's when I started investing in crypto. How much and where to invest? That's every investor's question. So how much should I invest and where should I invest? And this one statement tells you the answer if you looked introspectively, right? So invest what you can afford to lose, but enough that if you are correct, it will change your life. So this helps you determine your risk tolerance, right? So invest what you can afford to lose. Ask yourself what you can afford to lose. That might be more than you think if you're younger. I know a lot of my friends in college are overly conservative with their investments, even though they have a lot of time value to make that up in life. Vice versa, if you're older, it's time to be more conservative because you don't have much time value. You got to conserve the capital that you have gained over your lifetime, right? But now ask the question, but enough that if you are correct, it will change your life. So this answers where to invest. This answers where to invest. So if you're younger, you have very little capital, most likely, so you have to invest in a riskier asset to make that potential gain that would change your life, right? Versus if you're older and have a lot of capital, you don't necessarily need that high return asset to change your life. So that literally tells you how much and where to invest. You just got to be a little bit introspective and look at your finances, right? And that applies to any individual. A couple notes. Young, more time value, mitigate risk through competence. This is huge, guys. And when you mitigate risk through competence, don't always listen to other people. Once you understand crypto, start producing your own insightful thoughts, because the more you listen to people, the less potential. You have to come up with your own insightful thoughts and take action on those thoughts and beliefs, because that conviction is what makes you rich, guys. If you have conviction about your decisions, that's what makes you rich, because nobody believes in you except yourself, because you have mitigated risk through competence. And this philosophy changed my life because I've been in crypto a while and it has paid off tremendously. And I'm very happy to be in the position and grateful to be in the position I am today. And I hope that each and every one of you guys watching will also look into be introspective and figure out where and how much to invest. So let's go into Ethereum price action. I do want to look at the 20-week moving average quickly, and this is right here. We're at 564, and as you can see, last bull run, that acted as a strong support line, and once we broke it, it was the bear market. And Obviously, we're way above the 20-week moving average. If we go in the daily, it looks like we're creating a bullish continuation pattern. We're using the 20-day moving average as support, guys. Simple stuff. Don't need to get too into technical analysis. Now let's get into fundamentals, because this is what makes long-term holding valuable. Is fundamental. It doesn't matter about technicals. If there's not fundamental long-term value, there's no reason to hold it, right? And now let's talk about Ethereum 2.0 Phase 0 has been live for 6 weeks. How long until Vitalik announces some dates for Phase 1? My guess, not too long. If you don't know the Ethereum 2.0 phases, there's 0, 1, 1.5, and 2, so 4 phases until Ethereum 2.0 is officially fully implemented, and that's going to happen over the course of this year and maybe into next year a little bit. So a lot of big events coming for Ethereum. Ethereum 2.0 Phase 0 has already been out, and that was the launch of the beacon chain as well as the staking contract. And now let's get into staking, because this is the most short-term price catalyst for Ethereum in my opinion. And that is when Coinbase and exchanges start staking services, right? So Coinbase says Q1 early 2021 for staking services on their exchange, and that will be huge, because if people holding Ethereum on Coinbase can make 5, 6, 7% APY on their Ethereum, why the hell would they sell it? They won't sell it until they have a significant higher price than 1200, right? So let's keep that in mind. And now let's do comparables, because comparables are the best way to evaluate a token or utility or a value, right? So let's look at staking. Polkadot currently has 60% of 1 billion circulating supply. So Polkadot has 1 billion circulating supply, and 60% of that is currently staked and locked into a staking contract. So I would not be surprised if Ethereum had similar. Right now it's only at 1.68%, guys. So Ethereum, once it probably will take until ETH 2.0 is fully implemented for staking to reach 70%, but it will happen if ETH 2.0 is successfully staked or successfully implemented, right? So imagine 70% of the total supply of Ethereum staked to validate the network, right? So that will be huge and a huge price catalyst, and that's short term. Now let's go into DeFi Pulse, because 6.7 million, which is like 4 or 5% of the circulating supply of Ethereum, is currently locked into DeFi, which means they're locked into protocols on top of DeFi. We settled down from the summer a little bit when we went through that big DeFi bubble, and then we settled down. But once gas prices go down because of layer 2 solutions as well as ETH 2.0 implementation, I'm sure locked ETH will go up significantly, right? And now let's go into EIP 1559, which will introduce fee burning for Ethereum, is nearing the stage when we could see it shipped at any time. This will likely be a big price catalyst. So if you don't know what EIP 1559 is, it is basically every transaction has gas fees. And now if EIP 1559 is implemented, some of that gas will be burnt forever. So Ethereum will actually be burnt forever and gone forever. So maybe a lower definitely a lower inflation rate, possibly a negative inflation rate. So we'll see what happens with that. And lastly, this is just the phases again. So Phase 0 is launch of beacon chain and staking contract. Phase 1 is sharding. Phase 1.5 is merging of the two protocols. And then Phase 2 is implements to Ether accounts, transactions, and smart contract execution. I don't necessarily know what that means, but I don't know how much it matters. Now let's go. So if this is done successfully, Ethereum could have a bigger market cap than Bitcoin, in my opinion, and I definitely think that's possible. And let's say it's currently, the market cap of Ethereum is currently around 150 billion. So let's say if we go to 50 billion, that would equal like $4,300 Ethereum, right? And if we go to 1 trillion, that would equal a $8,600 market cap, guys. And I could definitely see Ethereum hitting somewhere between 500 billion and $1 trillion this market cycle, which is end of this year, maybe into the beginning of next year, right? So that's very exciting. But keep in mind, if you are late to the game, I mean, you can kind of play a leverage play, because if ETH 2.0 is successfully implemented, you almost can guarantee DeFi products and protocols will have a higher percentage yield. And that could possibly be your, let's go back to the investment philosophy, that could possibly be your investment, long-term investment strategy, is investing in DeFi protocols, because it's higher risk, but also it could make you a life-changing amount of money in the long run. And I say in the long run because stop trading, guys. Stop trading. Long run. It's all about the long run. Now let's go into some Bitcoin news quickly. So Bitcoin is the future and gold is the past. Don't believe me? Just ask any kid under the age of 25. Yeah, so Bitcoin is the future and gold is the past. And I'm a kid under 25. And then Mr. Beast says, none of my friends own an ounce of gold, but they all have a little bit of crypto. And Mr. Beast obviously is a big crypto head. I remember in 2017 where he gave his mom $100,000 and he says Bitcoin's at an all-time high. and that was his reasoning to give his mom $100,000. Absolutely insane. And he's been talking about Bitcoin so much lately, and I would not be surprised if they do a video on it, right? And now let's talk about Mayor of Miami talking about Bitcoin significantly. Let's listen in.
I've made 200+%, so I would have looked like a genius. But we want to be one of the most crypto forward and technological cities in the country. So we're looking at, number one, creating a regulatory framework that makes us the easiest place in the United States to do business if you're doing it in cryptocurrencies. We're looking at laws from Wyoming, Wisconsin, and New York, a regulatory environment. And we have a tremendous amount of interest in tech right now. So we're looking at a variety of things, from being able to make payments in crypto, in Bitcoin in particular, being able to pay your taxes, being able to pay fees to the city. And then, yes, we are looking at the possibility of diversifying our investment portfolio and having and holding a percentage of our investments in Bitcoin.
There we go. Investment in Bitcoin. So municipalities are actually looking at Bitcoin as an investment, and this is the first domino to fall. And obviously corporate game theory also plays in when you're talking about mayors and governors and the president eventually, and the Treasury, the Federal Reserve, right? So corporate game theory also plays a part in that as well. And also, if you want to move to Miami, I think that might be a good play, guys, because it looks like they're trying right now with COVID. A lot of states are killing their business and their industry. So it looks like, I mean, Silicon Valley plus New York's Wall Street merging into Miami to create a super center of awesomeness. I might want to go, and we could have a Dingooos party, guys. A silent disco barbecue. That's my plan. A silent disco barbecue. We're grilling up some hamburgers with the headphones in, and we're just dancing because we're rich and we're just having fun. We're just having fun, right? That's the plan. I don't know. Are you in? Comment below. Now let's talk about the altcoin that I have done some research on. It's actually very hard to find out any information on it because there's just not a lot of information, and that is SIL. It's Sushi Swap LIL protection. So that's impermanent loss. That stands for impermanent loss, and I just realized that by saying stuff out loud. So that's impermanent loss, and if you don't know what that is, you ought to find out if you add liquidity to a liquidity pool, because you'll find out if you do. And so SIL, right? SIL is Andrew Kronji is talking about it, and it's only been out for 3 days, and it looks like it's implemented in the Yearn ecosystem and Sushi Swap, and helps you with impermanent loss and impermanent loss mitigation, single-sided exposure, and impermanent loss and mitigation. So this is what that token is supposed to help you with, and that is potentially revolutionary. But I don't know the tokenomics. There's not a lot of stuff written about it right now, so do your own research and go back to my investment philosophy, or whoever's that is. I forgot who said it, and I looked it up. I couldn't find it. But go back to that and figure out if that's within your risk tolerance, and make a decision based off of that, guys. That is all for today. I appreciate each and every one of you watching. If this provided value and a good start to your day, leave a like and leave a subscribe, because we're almost at 1,000 subscribers, guys. Absolutely insane. I appreciate each and every one of you. And if you want to chit chat There's a Discord as well as a Telegram link in my bio. And then follow me on Twitter. There's a personal as well as a Dingooos Twitter. So you can follow both of those if you like. But that is all for today. And peace out, Dingooos. And dingle dingle. Double dose. Peace out.